Welcome, everybody, to the Habs Tonight Pre Game edition. It's myself, Drew Dekes, along with my co-hosts, Annik and Shayne, of course, joining us. Guys, I love that new intro, by the way. Annik, you're just killing these intros. I love it.
Thank you.
So we got a hockey game tonight, guys. I don't know if you knew, but first time in over a week, the Canadiens are back in action against the Edmonton Oilers, and I think we're all just feeling good as fans because we got some hockey to talk about. But what a good week for us too, and just the fans have been super supportive of Habs Tonight. Had Brandon Prust, Don Cherry on, just to name a couple, and Chris Pronger coming on tomorrow night, guys. So be sure to tune in live tomorrow night to chat with Chris Pronger. Going to be another great show, and lots of stuff to look forward to. And let's just start with the game tonight, guys. So right off the hop, we've got a lot of lineup changes, starting with Michael Frolik making his first appearance in the Habs lineup. And based on what he said in his media availability today, even he sounds nervous. And this is a guy who's played over 800 games in the NHL, and he was even saying, like, you still get those pregame jitters. So what do you guys think about tonight's lineup?
I'm actually pretty optimistic about it. I can't wait to see what Frolik's going to be bringing to the lineup. And like you said, he was very excited about it, so you're sure he's going to come out with a lot of energy. He's been sitting for a while, and so I can't wait to see what he's going to bring, and happy to see KK back in the lineup. Hopefully he's going to bring a lot of energy tonight. Best wishes to Armia. We don't know exactly the situation of what's going on with him, but he's still on the COVID protocol for, I believe, another week. And hoping to see Toffoli back in too. Shayne?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I completely agree with that. I'm pumped to see what Frolik has to bring to the team. I think he's a versatile player, a veteran presence, sound with smart moves. But I mean, you got to give it to the guy, right? He is the ultimate professional. He has sat for months in Montreal, away from his family, just waiting for an opportunity, and it finally came. So you got to be happy for him, whatever the outcome of the game. But I'm really excited to see him play tonight. And like you said, come back soon. We need them.
Yeah, I mean, the injuries have obviously piled up a little bit here, but what I do also like is seeing Paul Byron back in that third line role, because I feel like that's where he's able to contribute the most. I said this to, I believe, Brandon in another pregame show, how, ideally Paul Byron wants to be on the third line. That's where I feel like he's contributed the most throughout his time as a Montreal Canadian. So having him be with KK and then Lehkonen just to get in there and grind, I just hope that we see some good production, or just really some good energy out of every line. But the third line tonight, I want to see something out of that.
Yeah, especially with Lehkonen too. I'm hoping. I mean, the guy just seems to have the worst luck ever. Sometimes I just hope to see him score one tonight. He's a guy who deserves it, and happy to have him back in. And I'm also noticing Weber and Edmondson pair up tonight.
Yeah, and that's a good thing too, because those guys, usually it's Sherratt Weber, but Edmondson is not a bad replacement in that situation because the fact that they're almost the same size. And even as a puck mover, Edmondson has been underrated as a puck moving defenseman. He's not ideal in terms of that slotting in the lineup maybe, but he can do the job in the meantime.
Yeah, of course.
Yep,
we also got Victor Mete, and Victor Mete going with Romanov tonight. And I'm glad that Marc Bergevin held on to Mete. I think we talked about that also. And again, just proving tonight that they need somebody like him. And I feel like there's a few guys tonight that really want to prove themselves, and he's another one.
I think Mete had his best game of his career last time we played. Honestly, I don't remember him being so involved, so fast, so smart with the puck. He made so many good plays. I think he had 2 breakaways as a defenseman, right? He played out of his mind last game. So I'm hoping he can bring that again. Him and Romanov, that's a dynamic duo right there, You got one guy who can hit, the other guy who can skate. It's beautiful to see, and 2 young guys. That's our future on defense, right? So it's really fun to see. But one thing I am weary about is the boys haven't played in 10 days, right? The last game was 10 days ago. Do you guys think they're going to be rusty at all?
I mean, I want to say no, but there's always the chance of them being rusty. But they seem to be. Mentality's back into it. We're ready to go. Let's go and just play. So I'm expecting to see an energetic game. especially against Edmonton. You're going to want to be on your toes with guys like McDavid and Draisaitl, who are just having an unreal season this year. Absolutely crazy. So no choice but to neutralize their speed and such.
That's another good point too, Annik, because Edmonton's really found their game, and now they find themselves at the top of the North Division, and Montreal obviously having games in hand now. But Darnell Nurse, there's guys that are just upping their game level, and I heard Craig Button even say just recently how he's going to be a Team Canada candidate to make the Olympic team next year. So you got to keep your eye on Edmonton, and with them playing last night, you hope that helps Montreal a little bit. But I just have this feeling that Edmonton's still going to come to this game very confident.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was a tough game against Toronto yesterday. It went to overtime. It's a back and forth game, so it definitely it's going to wear on them physically and mentally today. But they're still so good. Like, I didn't expect them to be this good, and part of that, in my opinion, is Mike Smith is just he's back to his old ways. Right, with Arizona, he was insane, but then he kind of dipped, and now he's coming back up. So you got to watch out for him, but. Thankfully, it's not him in net tonight. It's Koskinen, so we might have a chance because he's not been great this year so far. But you can't underestimate the team, and Tyson Barrie, Al Nurse on defense have been insane, and obviously, David and Draisaitl, you can't select. So it's going to be they played yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. And I think last time Shayne and I spoke about it, it was Mike Smith who had a shutout against the Habs as well. So I'm kind of happy we're not facing him. He kind of always has our numbers when we play against him. Kind of hard to get some scoring on, but we've had some luck against the other guys. So hopefully.
And Carey Price back in tonight too, which is it was no surprise that Carey was going to start this first game back for the Habs. Also, side note too, I don't know if anyone noticed, but we got our jerseys color coordinated, blue, blanc, rouge tonight. Yes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving the way it looks right now, you guys. There it is. So I'm not used to having this much camera frame. Teamwork. Yeah.
Some huge teamwork.
You mentioned Tyson Barrie, Shayne. That's another guy who's, again, found his game with the Edmonton Oilers on the power play specifically as well. And then, as you see at the bottom of the screen, don't forget to follow us too on Twitter and Instagram, guys. And that's another thing I want to mention is that tonight during the game, Dale Weiss is going to be answering fan questions on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that specifically on Instagram. Dale will be answering fan questions in the comments below. So be sure to do that. So guys, not a whole lot else to add other than we will touch on the fact that Eric Stahl joining the Montreal Canadiens. Marc Bergevin was busy during this week off. He did not, just sit back and wait for the Habs to get out of COVID protocol. He made some moves. So we got Eric Stahl in quarantine on I think he's got about 5 days left right now. And then of course we added in Cole Caulfield signing an entry-level deal. So just going to throw it to you guys. Your thoughts. You can start with either one.
I am so pumped. We always had Eric Stahl, who had our number, and that guy was a Hab killer for I don't know how many years. So it's going to be nice to be on the other side of that for a little bit. I wish him the absolute best. Can't wait to see what he's going to bring to the team. And I'm actually pretty happy with the acquisition. And having Cole Caulfield signed too, I think it's going to be great to have him in Laval for at least a few games. The transition from the NCAA to pro might be a bit of a shock for him, but I love the energy he brings and the mentality he has. He's a very smart player, and I can't wait to see what he's going to bring.
Definitely. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think his first game is scheduled to be April 6th, which would be televised, so you could watch it on RDS, I believe. But I'm definitely tuning into that. I mean, I can't wait to see what Joël Bouchard can do with Caulfield. There's so much potential there, and Bouchard, he's basically a magician at developing young guys. So I'm really excited, and if Laval is on a roll now, so if Caulfield can stick around and help them maybe push to the playoffs or something, or it's called up, whatever. But next year, Caulfield with the Habs is a definite possibility. I'm hyped.
I think it's funny, you get mixed reports from around the media and whatnot, and even fans, but there's this feeling that he may not be in Laval very long. I mean, the two words that came out of his media availability yesterday before he flew into Montreal was, "I'm ready." So
No doubt about it.
yeah, like just I know that we're really high on this kid and he hasn't even skated on professional ice period yet. But I mean, sometimes you just sense it from a player, and we're going to wait for him to answer that question himself by the way that he plays. But sometimes you just have this sense about it, and it's kind of a common thing around the league. So we'll see what he does. But I really love the addition of Eric Stahl coming in. It's such an important piece heading into this final run. And like you said, Annik, a Hab killer for too long, and now we'll be on the right side of it. So cannot wait to see how he contributes when he gets here too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. So pumped. So pumped.
So stay tuned, guys. We have a live post game tonight. Please do join us on Habs Tonight again with the Habs Tonight team. Be sure to tune in post game tonight. We're going to wait until the game's done. So be sure to tune in live on the Habs Tonight channel. We can't wait to see you then. And thanks so much for the support so far, guys. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube if you haven't already. We really appreciate it, guys. And we will see you again very soon.
Before I let you guys go,
yes.
I kind of want to get a hot take. What are your predictions for tonight, Drew?
Oh, man. Good call. Oh, geez. The first player that comes to mind, and I feel like I'm stealing it from you and Brandon a couple weeks ago, is Kakanyemi. That's the first player that jumps in my head. So I just want to see him do something, whether it's an assist, a goal, throw a big hit. I don't know. I just think that him coming off that COVID protocol list, he's just fired up, ready to go. And it could be a future line mate for Caulfield, just throwing it out there. But anyway, I want to see him contribute tonight. So
what about you, Shayne?
I'm going 5-2 to the Habs. I think going to be a bit offensive. And obviously, I think Josh Anderson is going to have a big night. Like he's well rested, and I just know he's fired up. Like finally, you get to play some hockey, so he's going to bang some bodies, get some pucks in the net, and it's going to be a good game. I can't wait.
Good. And I'm going to go ahead and predict a 4-2 win for Montreal, and Lecky scores tonight.
That had to be, that was your hot take before we even started the show, I think so.
Yes, it is.
We love it. Well, we'll take any of those predictions. So, but thanks again, you guys. We'll see you again post-game for Habs Tonight post-game show. See you then.